That is where we're at with this. So I'm going to get a bit more done in a minute. I just put some of these on last night. So we're almost there. Just above the returns. I was going to do another course higher, but I'll see how it looks. I have got to put another 1.5 inch pipe here. So what I'm going to do with that is that's going to go to one of them Euro boxes, and then that's going to be me auto top up. So I'm going to put a water supply coming around here into the box, and then when the drum's installed, I'm going to put an overflow line which will go into the waste pipe off the drum. Now the biggest challenge is going to be getting a waste line out of here and all the way down the bottom of my garden, because my little lad's pond's in the way. So I've got to figure out a way of how to do that. Yeah, I was just going to put a 1.5 inch line coming down here on the bottom of the fence and all the way down, but obviously I can't do that now. So I don't know if I'm going to put it through the back of the pond and then put some kind of border around with plants to hide it, because I can send it through there, but then I'm going to be a bit stuck on the other side. So yeah, gotta have a think about that. Also, been Sunnybank this morning. Little lads had some more tamasabbas. He's had one in here for about a year. There they are. He's had another 2 smaller ones, but that's the one that's been in here a while. He's had another 2 goldfish, so there's, I think there's 7 of them in here now. Sorry about the glare. I never used to be much of a fan of tamasabbas, but to be fair, these are pretty good. And I have a funny feeling at some point they're going to end up in my pond, because I've seen some and they get quite big. Although this is unheated, so you might not. But the funny little things. He's named all 3 of them fatfish. But yeah, what I'm going to do with the auto top up is exactly the same as what I've got in here. I know I've shown this in other videos, but I'll show you now just to show you what I mean. Obviously this one comes off the skimmer line into the tub, and then I've got my overflow there. Now I've just left this one loose so I can adjust it, but it's never come over anyway, it's just in case that fails. What I'm going to do is exactly the same in there. I have seen some people putting the top up line into the side of a drum, but I don't really want to do that, because you don't really get an accurate water line, because obviously when the pumps are on, it pulls the water and drops it lower than it actually is at the pond. So I didn't really want to do that. And this has been on here a good while now and it works brilliant. So I'm going to do the exact same thing to the grill one in there. But yeah, I'm going to get a mix on and put a few more down. I decided to have a quick break, do myself another mix. So I've just got to place one more in there, and then I've got to put that 1.5 inch pipe just above the returns, which I've managed to find a length in the shed. So I'll put that on the top of there. Also, when I was rooting round, I managed to find a Superfish 8000 pump, which will come in handy if I'm running a shower. It is a bit overkill for what's on here really, but it will be good for running a shower. I mean, when this is built, it's only going to be about 3,000 litres, 650 gallon. Still not sure what to do about filtration yet. Have a moving bed and shower, or just have a shower. I'm not sure. It's coming on. I have still got to order the heater though. That's one thing that will definitely be going right. But yeah, crack on with this. Right, that's the height I'm going to. So I've just got to get it all to that, and then I'm done. I've put the 1.5 line in for the auto top up. So that's all that needs to go in it. So we aren't far off. Pretty good. Now I was going to finish most of it off tonight, but it's been cut short because my sweetheart's come home with a curry. So I don't want to let that go cold. So I'll crack on with this tomorrow, and I'll probably have it finished then. And then it's on to whatever I decide to put here. When I went to Sunnybank earlier as well, I spoke to Neil, and Neil's going to fiberglass it for me. So I'm just going to get some Kingspan, put inside it, get it fiberglassed, and then I'll start building the enclosure I'm going to put round it, because I am going to put some posts up the sides, and then put some polycarb to keep the heat in. I'm going to drill some vents in the side. I've got to drill some vents in the shed, and then I'm going to do pretty much the same here what I have done with my main pond. I'm just going to put some doors on the front on some hinges so I can keep the heat in. It should be pretty good. I won't bother with a skimmer on this pond. Don't need one. And plus I want to try and grow them as big as I can from toe-side. And I don't want the food going down the skimmer. So I'm looking forward to getting it done now. But yeah, so another update. I'll keep them coming, and all the best.